Mm. Mm,
So
mm,
good. Oh, that's so good.
Just because we're out in nature, man.
This is where it all began. The place where our sense of adventure was born. The Ouachita Mountains of Arkansas.
Almost have to kind of dislocate your jaw.
And it was moments like this that made us want to travel the country full time.
I miss mornings like these.
So, we thought it was time for us to return to the simplicities and solitude of the forest.
Woo! It's been a long time since we have been here. We have not seriously been to this exact location in probably 4 years.
It's been probably 3 or 4. And we haven't been in a tent in 2.
Yeah.
Well, we've been in a kayak camping tent, but our camping gear.
Yeah, we're pumped up. We're gonna set our camp up. We gotta figure out where we're gonna put the tent.
Yes.
And we used to put the tent over there. It's still looking like that's plausible.
Not only that, we don't even know how to set up a tent anymore.
Yes, we do. Yeah, this is still perfect.
It's still perfect?
Yeah, we know how to set up a tent. That's easy.
And look at that. Back to basics, y'all. Old school, isn't it? And this is still the original tent, or last tent we had before we got the truck camper. It's been in storage. Like riding a bike. It was that easy.
Yeah, it's a piece of cake.
You might not believe it, we still have our old army cots as well that we lived on for a year and a half.
It's already getting dark out here. Y'all know it gets dark at like 5 o'clock nowadays. So we are trying to get some wood together so we can have a fire. We do have plenty of lights. If you're wondering, we've got our Lucy lights. If you've been around for a while, you know what those are. Cody will turn on. We take those kayak camping as well.
And there we go.
So we do have those for light. For dinner tonight, we do have this fancy little light here so we can see. And when that one runs out, we have an extra.
Hey, look at this.
Wow, it's looking cozy.
Yeah, I got one more over here.
Cute. Love it. All right, we got to work on this fire because it's getting a little chilly. It's cooling off a bit. Tonight for dinner, we're doing something really easy. We have charcuterie, which is pretty much a smorgasbord of stuff here. We have grapes, crackers, fig spread, fig and orange spread.
That was my call.
Cheese.
Yeah, we got some fancy cheeses here. What do we got? Some goat cheese. And I know my thumb's bleeding. I just did that with a limb a minute ago trying to crack it. But ignore that. Got ourselves some goat cheese. And we got ourselves some smoked Gouda, or I think the proper way to say it is Howda. Beef jerky, because I'm a pig. Salmon, because Kelly's a pig.
Olives.
And olives, because we're both pigs. And then beer from Gravity Brewery. We got a 4-pack whenever we were leaving the other day.
Yeah, this stuff is like one of the best beers I've had since Santa Fe, New Mexico.
And this one we didn't get to try, so I'm kind of nervous.
It's good.
Oh man, that's a good beer. So the lady at the brewery was telling us that this, they can't keep even on tap. They have to send them out in cans because they're so highly sought after, and they never have it at the brewery. I see why.
And we have salami. I don't know if we said that.
Oh, no, we did
Didn't we?
not say anything about the salami. You want me to just start slicing it?
Not that one, the Gouda.
Oh, the Gouda?
That's so easy it can spread.
I think there's a wax on the outside of that. I think.
There's a knife right there.
Let me see.
Is there?
Yes. Yes, there is. That's pretty good.
Mm. Wow, those crackers are good. If you're new here, we live in a truck camper, but we used to live in a tent. And prior to that, we camped every single weekend. That was what our YouTube channel was based on. So that is why it is so amazing that we're here right now, because we have not camped like this since before we sold our house and lived in a tent. So we're loving every second of it.
If you want to know the truth, we've been thinking about this moment for about 5-6 months, actually years.
Yeah.
Years. We tried doing this last year and it just didn't work out.
We did keep a lot of the more expensive things that we used in storage, and so what we have compiled here is just little things that I've grabbed from our kayak camping stuff or inside the truck camper to use for today. So we're not fully 100% set up. We will be. Try the salmon. Oh, that's good. Boy, this is a smorgasbord here.
I honestly think I will be satisfied with all this.
Do you remember that one spot that we used to go to that we backed up down the long road? There was a Bear Creek.
Yeah.
We should have been there.
That's a good one.
Okay, we've gorged ourselves on as much as possible.
No, not as much as possible. We will continue to snack.
Cody's still snacking. We got some salmon
That
left.
salmon will be eaten.
I jokingly said, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we get this question a lot, and it's about wildlife, especially when we're living in the tent, which I will say living in a tent is not camping. We figured that out real quick. But this spot is one of the only spots that we have actually had bear come into camp. Twice when we were camping, and one time we were just down here for the day at the creek. So I told Cody, if we don't eat all that salmon, maybe we leave a little treat for the bear.
I like black bears, man. And yes, they are black bears, not grizzlies.
We've never been around grizzly. We've never had an experience with a grizzly. So we all know they're really bad.
I got a granddaddy long leg on my bed. I guess it was on the tent. Get him out of here.
Good?
No, he's alive. I think he was on the door. Look at this. This looks cozy, doesn't it? And don't worry, we did not leave the fish skin out.
No, we decided we'd want to sleep peacefully tonight. Do you know what time it is? 7:55.
Yeah.
And we're already in the tent.
I like that time. I'm gonna sleep really hard. This might be the best sleep I've had in years.
Are you ready to go to sleep?
This is nice.
All right. I guess we'll see y'all in the morning. Good morning. We slept so good. Perfect temperatures last night.
It was supposed to be cloudy, or I think clouds, oh sorry y'all, or clouds are supposed to be coming in later. Not 100% sure yet. And one of the reasons that we really want to make sure we camp today is this is the last warm day for a really, really long time. Here pretty soon, in the next 5-6 hours, we're supposed to have a major cold front coming in. And it's gonna be, well, cold for the people like us in the south. I'm sure people from the north are probably like, that ain't cold. But it's gonna be high 50s, low 20s, 30s, 20s. Is that about the right temperatures?
Well, we won't really feel it until tomorrow morning. The low tonight is 39. So I know y'all have been eyeing my table back here. This is the Fantique Outdoor Table, and if you've been watching us for a while, you can guess why I love it. It's 4 foot tall, so it's tall enough that we can cook, prep food. You saw us using it for our tapas platter or charcuterie board last night. It's the perfect height. But not only that, it's adjustable. So if you don't want it 4 foot tall, you can adjust it. You only need one hand to raise the height. Voila. Then if you want to adjust it for different levels, still one hand, you just press the button. The tabletop is oil and stain resistant, so you just wipe it clean and it looks brand new. This table weighs 17 pounds, 48 inches in diameter, and 24 inches in width. It is easy to carry and store. Fantique Outdoor is having a Black Friday sale. Use our code CODYX4PRO for 10% off and an Amazon $10 coupon. Gotta have our coffee.
I miss mornings like these. This is nice.
Birds chirping, quiet, fresh air.
Not to mention waterfront property.
Yeah. This morning we're gonna have our breakfast sliders, which consist of English muffins, bacon, eggs, and jam. And it's delicious and it fills us up all day. No.
I forgot how many cedars we have around this camping spot. And I think I'm gonna redub this camping spot Cedar Bend. We used to call it the bridge because it's the only
There's a
bridge. Yeah. And I don't think it's fitting enough whenever you're surrounded by cedars. I'm redubbing it Cedar Bend. It sounds cooler than the bridge.
Yeah.
Next time I tell Kelly, hey, let's go camping at Cedar Bend, she'd be like, what? Where?
Where's that? All right, we're gonna do our, get off. Toast our English muffins, and then we're gonna get the skillet hot for the eggs. I'm making fried eggs. And I like to fry my eggs in bacon grease. We'll go ahead and throw some oil in there, olive oil, and butter. I just realized there's no way that I can do these two things at once. So I want to make sure that everything is ready when our eggs are finished, and I can just plop them on here. So I like to go ahead and do my jam on my muffin.
Wow, you did it.
Yeah.
5 eggs.
That's good.
I honestly think coffee's better whenever you're tent camping versus just being in a truck camper. This is camping. We've had family members ask us, do you miss living in a tent? No, not at all. But do we miss weekend tent camping or a few days going camping?
100%.
100%. It's one of our favorite things in the world to do.
All right, I think we're ready. I've never had the egg be so
Perfect.
small. I guess because I cooked them all together. Maybe I did a little too much bacon.
Well, I'll eat some of it.
Almost have to kind of dislocate your jaw a little bit. Eggs turned out good.
Mm-hmm.
I like them thick.
I've always had to eat those standing up. It's just a wee bit messy. But now, honey, we can enjoy coffee time.
So good. Oh, that's so good.
It's so much better. I mean, this is the same coffee we drink all the time. It's just because we're out in nature, man.
Okay, we have morning chores. We've got to collect firewood because we're going to be cold and we're going to want a warm fire, not only tonight, but especially in the morning tomorrow because like I said, the low is going to be 39. And we like to get up kind of early because we've been going to bed kind of early. So we're going to need a fire. Last night, we only collected about this much. It's just hard to see out there, even with the headlamp in the dark. Cody's got his axe, so when we find any dead cedars that we saw back there, he's going to chop those up because those burn long and hot. And it's actually turned out to be a beautiful day. We do have some clouds rolling in, but it feels like a spring day out here.
It's a beautiful day in Zamunda. And here's that dead cedar I'm going to start working on. Right here. This thing will burn hot. Oh, over there?
Right there.
Right there?
You don't see it?
Yep. There it is. Okay. Hey Kelly, I forgot I got you something.
What's that?
I was not able to find you a good old-fashioned sniffing stick, but I do have a pocket o' sniff from all the chunks, wood chips of the cedar.
Ooh.
Oh, don't be dropping that stuff. It's worth its weight in gold.
It's so long.
It's gonna be a good fire starter right there.
We got plenty of wood, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll chop that up later.
Let's roll.
Let's roll. If you heard the ticking of our vehicle, we have an exhaust leak. Yes, we do need to get that fixed, but to get that fixed, we have to pull the whole entire motor out to drill the bolt because a part of the frame is in the way. They looked at it a while back and it was going to cost some cash, so we thought, nah.
Yeah, we're not going to spend $6,000 on this.
to drill out a bolt.
All right, so this is new to us. There is a waterfall back here as well, but it's kind of quite a ways of hike. We're going to see a different waterfall that's that direction, but this is all new to us. Apparently people have been trying to drive back there and they want to prevent that, which is great. You can still hike back there. I see the sign for the trail.
This, starting from this point on, is a wilderness, and you're not supposed to have motorized vehicles. Actually, not even wooden-wheeled buggies in the description are allowed to go into wildernesses. You have to do everything by foot. And there's a stop sign up here. No vehicles beyond this point.
Oh, so they don't want people driving up there. Well, it looks like someone has driven all the way up over there.
Yeah.
But we have never gotten the privilege to camp here because there's always someone here. This is a very popular camp spot. It's pretty cool though. You can tell people have had bunches of fires.
Yep. In the late spring, early summer, this is one of our favorite swimming holes. I really like it. Was.
When we lived here, we're not here anymore.
Yeah, you got a point. Was one of our favorite swimming holes. Like Kelly was saying, if you keep going a mile up that way, there's another waterfall that's taller, but we wanted to go do another hike today and need to save a little bit of time. This rock outcrop is the perfect example of how the Ouachitals were formed. If you can tell, these layers are all pushed up at an angle. They used to be flat at the bottom of an ocean. When South America collided with the North American continent, it pushed all this up, creating the Ouachital Mountains. And then, of course, over periods of time of erosion, they went from like 15 to 10,000 feet to the current height of anywhere from 2 to right at 200, 2,700, somewhere in that range. So that's how much erosion occurred. And that's how we get South Arkansas, Louisiana, the East Delta was all made from the erosion of these mountains. I am blown away right now by the fall colors. After our trip to the Ozarks, where all the leaves had already fallen off, this is impressive. That it's still on 1 and 2, there is actually fall colors.
It's really pretty. And as we've been driving, we're kind of up in a mountain now. The cold front is coming in. It is getting cooler by the moment. So I was wrong.
You said that wasn't supposed to be
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Okay. Well, we're gonna make a big fire when we get back.
Big fire.
Big old Odin fire.
Now this trail is called Flatside Pinnacle, and if you're from the central Arkansas area, it is not Pinnacle Mountain. It is totally separate. It's in the Washita National Forest, so it is called Flatside Pinnacle. A very short hike, amazing views, and we haven't been here in a while, so we wanted to come check it out. Really, it's just the wind. Like if the wind wasn't blowing, you wouldn't feel that cold.
So if you fork off this way, this is the Washita Trail. Takes you all the way back to Little Rock, Arkansas. And if you cross the road where we were coming up from here and keep going into the Flatside Wilderness, you can go all the way 50 miles into Oklahoma. And we're currently in central Arkansas, like Kelly said. I hear that that hike is not a very easy hike because there's not a lot of water access. Spent a lot of time on the top of the ridges.
Wow, look at these oranges.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I haven't seen it in the fall, man.
That mountain way out there, that's where we were at the base of, hiking to that waterfall. And where we're camping at is right over in that area. One of the coolest things about the Washitas is that the ridges run east to west. It's very uncommon in the lower 48. Almost all the mountains run north to south. The Uintas run east to west, but all the valleys of the Uintas also run north to south. So here, because the valleys run east to west, you have bands of green trees where they get direct sun through the winter, the pine trees. And then in the winter months, there's no sun hitting these sides of the mountains. Only the hard oaks survive. What you end up with is band colors of fall green. And in Arkansas, this is one of the only places where you get a view, a vista, with no man-made objects. This is all national forest. That's all wilderness there. Dude, I do not know about you, but I am ready to go back and make a big, big fire.
Yeah, and put on warmer clothes. Okay, yeah, that feels good.
That's an Odin fire.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Woo! That feels good.
And if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what do we mean by Odin fire, that's our last name is Odin. And every single time our friends would come camping with us, they would always say, man, those Odins make a big fire.
We don't play.
No.
When it's cold, we want to go camping, we don't play. Let's get dinner started before it gets completely dark. We're making baked potato soup, which is fitting for this weather right now. First thing we have to do is cook bacon. So we have bacon fat and butter in the pan, and I have an onion here. I'm gonna dice that. And this is a one-pot dish. I just really like to cook my bacon in the cast iron. A, it seasons it, and I just like the flavor of a cast iron. But everything else, it can be done as a one-pot dish. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in our onions. We've got 3 cloves of garlic here we're gonna chop up. Let's throw our garlic in and let that become fragrant. All right, our garlic is smelling fragrant. We've got some flour that we're gonna add in. I went ahead and measured it out before we left the camper. We're just gonna whisk that around until it's incorporated. We've already diced and peeled our potatoes, so now we're gonna throw those in and just incorporate that all together. Now we're gonna add in some broth, got some whole milk, and heavy cream. Mix that all together. Scrape up any bits you got stuck to the bottom there. And then we're gonna add pepper and a little bit of chili powder. And we're gonna cook until the potatoes are tender. I have a knife to check with right here. Our potatoes are soft. We've turned the heat off. Now what we're gonna do is we have our immersion blender. Yes, I have an immersion blender camping because I really wanted to cook the soup, but you have to blend it up. You don't want chunks of potatoes throughout the whole soup. It's okay to leave a few chunks. So we have a power bank that we're gonna use for that. Okay, I think we're good.
I know what you're thinking. Same thing I'm thinking. That's kind of uptown high rent for just some basic weekend tent camping.
Hey, if you like food and you like to cook like me, you're gonna have those things. I've turned the heat back on and I'm gonna add in some sour cream.
A daub of daisy.
A dollop.
Dollop, okay.
Not a daub. Why do you not know that? I'm gonna keep this at a low simmer while we toast our bread. You cannot have baked potato soup without chives. All right. Some cheddar, chives, bacon, and we always like a little extra salt and pepper. Love a good loaded baked potato. So good.
Honestly, this is better than a loaded baked potato.
You know, I just realized someone's gonna have to eat off the dollop of daisy soon.
I guess I'll be the victim. Oh, this is so good. Well, those temperatures finally came in. I think it's colder than 30 degrees right now. Probably 20s, especially up here in the mountains. But the cool thing is that last night, our coyote friends of this valley sang us a little tune.
I was getting a little worried because I haven't heard them.
Usually every single time we come out here, they howl. It's probably one of the coolest sounds I've ever heard in my life.
Well, we usually hear them a little early, about like 11 at night. But I didn't hear them until, gosh, I don't know what time it was, probably 3, 4?
It's about the time I couldn't feel my nose anymore is whenever I finally heard them.
This morning I'm gonna make pancakes, pecan pancakes. And I've already messed up. I put my eggs in here first, and I should have measured the yogurt first. It's supposed to be 1 cup of yogurt. Well, this should be interesting because I normally never have this much yogurt. And I did already do my flour and all that fancy stuff before we left. I just put it in one large Ziploc bag.
How's that pancake coming?
Pretty good. First one's a little weird. I think it was because of the pan.
It does look kind of strange.
That first one.
That's a sad looking pancake, but I bet it's going to taste delicious.
Smells good.
Yeah, that's going to be good. You had me scared with that first one, Kelly.
You had me scared too. Is yours done?
Mm-hmm. Smells good.
Whatever. This looks like less trees.
Okay, this way. I have really missed camping at this location.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Oh, it's a cold morning. She's good. She's good. Get us home, baby. Get us home. Old bear juice, she can do it.